Welcome, everyone, to a meditation a day here on the Enlightened World Network. I am so excited to be here as host of today's meditation with Rachel Otto. And oh my gosh, what a treat she has in store for you. Rachel, could we start with you just talking a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you so much, Sharon, for having me here today. I'm so grateful. And I just love all of the work that Enlightened World Network has been doing, the meditations, the connections. It's just an awesome process of helping the entire planet transition. We're transitioning finally.
Finally.
Oh, what some chaos that we've been through over this past few years. I don't mean few months, but I mean few years. And then we had that fantastic eclipse, that ring of fire that started us really burning off what no longer serves us. And so in this time, this moment in our beautiful history on this planet, we are actually purging out these old ways, and it's so awkward. let's just be honest.
To put it mildly at times, yeah.
I myself am slightly trying to keep a norm and not lose my mind. I've been very lucky to find out that I get to go through things like menopause and at the same time as the whole world's transitioning. And so what I have found is that nature, the trees, the plants, the stones, the mountains, the water have been my solace, have been my best friends, and have been not just my caretakers, but my guides and my connection to what is coming. And let me tell you, it's awesome. But to get there, we got to get a little uncomfortable. And this uncomfortable awkwardness is really just a release. It's time for us to step out of, well, I hate to use this term, but I can't think of anything else. You know, it's kind of like we've been brainwashed for about 10,000 years, and we've been disconnected from the plants and the trees. We've forgotten where our source is. We've given our power up to other people. And I'm not blaming any particular thing. It's us humans. We did it to ourselves. We we wanted to take that free will that was given to us, and instead of embracing it for what it is, which is chaos, instead we've dove into it and kind of forgotten our connections, and we forgot who we were. I believe that we are all angelic beings. I believe that we are all beings of light on this planet, and that we get to come down here on earth. Some of you may call it your soul. I just call it your God spark, your angelic part of you. And so your soul comes into this planet, and we're made of earth. We are made of stardust. We are part of Mother Earth, and we've got the genetics to prove it. And we forget because we drink our little Kool-Aid so that we can learn new lessons. The time has come for us to remember all of those lives, all of those lessons. We don't have to go through and remember every life we lived, but we don't even have to take the karma or the bad things. We can take that knowledge. And if we just take the good stuff, because that's really all we need, and we integrate that into this now moment with the help of our plants and trees and water, well, we find a new balance, and we find a new way to live. And when we find this new way to be, why life becomes ease and grace. We open up our hearts to this divine love, and this divine love emulates unlimited possibilities, unlimited happiness. Now, divine love is not human love. Human love is where we create wars and egos, and we hurt each other, we gaslight, and we say it's for love. No, I'm talking the divine feminine. I'm talking that unlimited, always there for you. Turn that light on, heart chakra, because it's there. And every tree, every seed, every insect just wants you to be happy. So today I was hoping that I could take you on a little journey through a guided meditation for you to connect into this divine love. And it's very physical because you can ask a rock, a tree, a plant for help, and you can actually hear them. You may not hear them talking directly to you. Okay, so maybe I do sometimes. Don't tell anybody. But you hear them in your heart. You get answers and emotions. And you understand that you're not alone. You also understand that the whole world, the whole universe wants to help you. And that's what we call the Christ consciousness, or the conscious light, Buddhist consciousness, Krishna's consciousness, Archangel Michael's consciousness. It's that conscious light, that universal wisdom that connects all of these dots for us. And that's what gives us our physical form. So I would love to give you unlimited love, conscious knowledge for you to ask any of your guides at any given moment what help you need, just to find a balance and a peace within. Pretty simple, actually, if you choose to participate. So that's what I'm about, Sharon.
I can hardly wait. I choose to participate. I'm looking forward to this meditation, Rachel. Love it. Love it.
All right. So I guess with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you all find yourself in a comfortable position. The one true thing that they say about meditation after all the research is that ideally you want to have your back straight. There's actually a science behind this. In our pituitary gland, there's a lovely oil that they call the crystal oil. It's the closest thing that science can say as holds our soul. Well, we'll just say that this liquid soul likes to go down your spine and go back up. Now, this conscious light, this conscious oil, when you have a straight spine, like the Kundalini rising, can go up your spine and open up into your crown. And your crown is like the wheel. And it explodes out and it opens up into that conscious knowledge. So if it works for you to lay down flat because there's no up and down. If you can sit up straight, maybe in your chair or up against a wall, that's awesome. And if you're physically not able, then you do what works best for you. Because it truly is your intentions that set this up. So I'm going to be singing and playing my Tibetan bowls, and I'm going to be doing mantras and love. And maybe, just maybe, you might just fall asleep. How great would that be? Our greatest healing happens when you fall asleep. So don't stop yourself. Allow the healing energy to come through for your highest good. As I start, I'll start with an opening prayer. I will pause and ask you to say your full name out loud 3 times. The way that I was taught, that connects your energy into mine, into the larger crystal grid of this earth. It allows you to travel through all time and space with my voice into the higher realms. Today, I'm going to take you into the fifth heaven of Zen. And in this heaven of Zen, we are going to find our personal guides and our own connection. Here you will feel the living water of Source, of God, of the creator of all. And you'll also find a guide animal or a medicine animal too. So it'll be quite the adventure. And the only thing that I recommend, other than trying to keep your back straight, is don't try at all. Just use your imagination and stick with my voice. As things come up, if it's outside voices, like what you have to do tomorrow, a to-do list, just let it play out. And then let's talk about that later and come back to my voice. If you find yourself drifting away, that's okay. Come back to my voice at any time and I'll tell you exactly where you're going to be. I've done almost 9,000 meditations and I've never lost anybody. So don't worry. I'm not going to lose you and nothing crazy is going to be implanted except for the divine love. All right. So let's begin. Go ahead and find yourself calming. Close your eyes if you like and breathe in through your nose, feeling all, allowing the energy to flow in. If you need to focus on an area, focus on your hara, which is 2 fingers below your belly button. Feel the energy build here. And as we begin to relax, if you need any physical healing, think it now. If you would like to include any family, friends, an area in this healing meditation as well, when you say your name, visualize anything else you would like love to be sent to. I humbly call upon Source of all beings, Source of all beings, Source of all beings. I humbly call upon the Divine Feminine, the Divine Feminine, the Divine Feminine, Shekinah, the Crown One. I humbly call upon the Divine Masculine, the Divine Masculine, the Divine Masculine. We humbly ask the 9 orders of angels to be here with us. Chesni metriam dihi valyanduin, Chesni metriam dihi valyanduin, Chesni metriam dihi valyanduin. I invite in the cherubim, the thrones, the principalities, the powers, the dominions, the archangels and the guardian angels. Serodnusiandrole, 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 Metredihi Vala Luna, Metredihi Vala Luna, Metredihi Vala Luna. We humbly call upon the east, Raphael and the wind. We invite in the fire of the south, Michael, the water of the west, Gabriel, the earth and the grounding, Uriel. We open our hearts to Mother Earth, Archangel Rael, our conscious beings to Father Sky, Archangel Metatron. We humbly invite in our guides and ascended masters as we begin this journey. Seire, 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 Miriam derire, Miriam derire, Miriam derire. Please, within your own space, if you would like to connect into this energy any time and place, say your full name out loud 3 times. Rachel Marie Otto, Rachel Marie Otto, Rachel Marie Otto. Open your hearts and your minds as you begin to allow the chi, the Reiki energy to flow through you. Malayandu in Sagittarius, Malayandu in Sagittarius, Malayandu in Sagittarius. Milliandu Wanonsai, Milliandu Wanonsai, Milliandu Wanonsai. As you begin to imagine yourself stepping out of your body, imagine as though you are walking down a bright, white, crystalline cave. It is a beautiful, sparkling white cave with a bright, white light at the end. Out of this bright white light, 2 angels, 2 beings of light, step out. Archangel Raphael, 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 and Archangel Metatron, Metatron, Metatron. Raphael wraps his energy, his wings around you and cocoons you in a healing light. Over that, Metatron puts his Metatron's cube or a pyramid with the point above your head and a point beneath your feet. You feel these energies, and you may even see the sacred geometries as we step into the rainbow vortex, the portal into the 5th heaven of Zen, into the 5th heaven of Zen, into the 5th heaven of Zen. The colors around you change. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. As you step through the portal, you find yourself entering into the most beautiful garden you've ever seen. Allow the energies to just float through you. Raphael holds you. You may feel the beautiful sacred geometry patterns. As the energy uplifts you, you look around in this beautiful garden. You see roses and lilies and daffodils, plants of every color and form. A giddiness almost comes over you as you feel your heart beginning to expand in this space. In the very center of this magnificent goddess's garden, you see that Metatron has laid a path for you to go into a wading pool, or it's like a rainbow waterfall. As you walk over to this beautiful living water, you feel drawn into it. You feel as though you want to come into this cooling, refreshing love energy fluid. You feel this high vibrational love as you go into this living water of source. The Mirai Monte, the Mirai Monte, the Mirai Monte. Most of you are just floating in this water like a mermaid or merman. Some of you are purging out what you no longer need, allowing the goo to flow out of your hands and feet. Allow Source to clear out the old ways. Just for a moment, swim, float. Feel this divine conscious light, this love energy flow through your being, flow into every organ, every cell, raising your vibration, healing your old wounds, loving you just for a moment. as you connect to this source, to the Creator, you begin to feel a vibration within your physical being. Your DNA is being elevated. Your DNA is being elevated. Your DNA is being elevated. As you are swimming, floating, expanding through the source of creation, you see an angel flying above you. It is the great Archangel Michael. Michaelaglios, Michaelaglios, Michaelaglios. The great Archangel Michael comes in many forms. He is coming today in the great seraphim or serpent angel form. The great Archangel Michael swoops down into the water and picks you up with his mouth as he begins to gobble away the old ways. Feel how Archangel Michael releases you from old paradigms, from fear, from your own self. Allow Michael to digest you and cocoon you in this beautiful space of all time. You see that you are now in a coliseum of angels, but these angels are plants and trees. They are like the fae on earth, insects, butterflies, and dragonflies, the plant and animal kingdom in all of their forms, surrounding you like honeycomb patterns of light. Find a rock, a crystal, a tree, a plant, a flower. Find your medicine. Ask for the guide to come towards you. For in this plane of bliss and Zen, ask the guides of nature, what can bring you into your peace, your Zen on earth? Within this space of all creation, connect into what is presented for you. Of course, some of you may have more than one, and there is no right or wrong. You may just feel the buzzing of the hummingbird or the busyness of the bee. You may smell the roses or the magnolias. Experience in your way what part of nature has your highest good in this moment. What has messages and a guidance for you? Be with that crystal, that rock, that mineral, that tree, that mountain, that pool of water. Feel the crystalline messages of love. Be in a moment of bliss. Be in a moment of bliss. Be in your moment of bliss. Your medicine animal, your medicine plant or tree or rock becomes integrated within your being as you feel that energy, that sense step inside of you, elevating your entire being. Connecting in on the spiritual and cellular level. Your connection goes through all time and space. You have an option now. You may go and expand into that conscious light, that black diamond cave of unlimited ascended masters and guides, or you may go into the healing temple and give up the pain, give up the disease within your physical being. Find your calling and expand in this Zen space for what you need for your highest good. As you feel yourself bursting out of the cocoon, you feel the love, the vibration, and the energy as you expand out as the angelic being that you are. You feel yourself expanding your light and your love with all beings, all creatures, connecting into the crystalline grid, feeling the unlimited potential of the divine love from within. You understand that you are the most perfect you that has ever existed. You have made no wrong choices. You are an incredible being of light. The love the universe, the world has for you expands down your crown and out your heart. You are surrounded with unlimited divine love as she, the great goddess, she who has no name, the void, the dark space, the womb of the mother, expands unlimitedness through you. Feel the joy, the love. Seheke, seheke, seheke. Shekinah, Mother Mary, Inannu, Isis, Kuan Yin, White Tara. You are divine love. Metatron leads you back to that beautiful goddess's garden, leads you back to that most beautiful space with the glowing plants and trees and rocks, where the sun is beneath your feet and there is no end or beginning. You see the 7 sacred mountains and that beautiful white crystalline cave that you came in through. Raphael is always healing with you, and Metatron will be a navigator anytime you ask. You take 2 steps up back into that white crystalline cave. As the energy and the colors around you begin to change, they change from bright white to violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. You find yourself, your wings, your healing, all of it fits perfectly within your physical being. As you find yourself stepping back into this moment, back into this time and space with me here on planet Earth, in your own time and your own way. Stretch, feel yourself present again with the conscious knowledge and the divine love that is what you are. Thank you so much for allowing me to be just a small part of your day today.
My goodness, Rachel. What a journey.
How great. I could feel that people were really connecting into different plants. I saw lots of birds and trees. It really felt that people were open and very excited about finding their plant. I saw lots of live oak trees. I saw magnolia tree, and somebody also was really into a grapefruit tree. They had a ruby red grapefruit.
Mm-hmm. It was the different levels were so fascinating, and I love the pool in the garden was so very beautiful and healing. Mm.
Ah, the living water of source. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's you can go into that anytime, anywhere. It's not just one place. It's actually located within your own heart. That's your God spark. That's your connection to source.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about a great way to recycle.
Oh, that's for sure. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for such an incredible meditation and journey. Very, very beautiful and high vibration, high energy. So beautifully presented and given. So thank you, Rachel.
Hey.
I wanted to ask you about your book, The Prophecy Map of Nova Gaia. This looks so fascinating. Tell me about it.
So there was three of us that wrote this book, and one of the main things that I guess we have to explain about this book is that it's a guidebook. It's not really a sit down read it from cover to cover, but it's broken up into three sections. And the first section is written by Kay Atkins. She is our angel. The middle section is written by Gita Europa, our Fae, and then I'm Dragonheart at the end. And the first part talks about healing sessions. What are these downloads that we're feeling? What is this craziness that we've all been kind of going through for 5 years, but couldn't quite put our finger on it? Kate does a wonderful job about talking about different healing sessions and what happened to her, what visions she had, and what it meant. And as you read that section, you get the downloads and the understanding of like what human ego is. Ego is that black lower vibration that keeps us stuck, kind of like tar that would take the old elephants down, and we get stuck in our ego or the goo of life. And we can go into areas like Detroit or New Orleans that are beautiful cities, but sometimes the fear or the goo kind of gets real heavy. And so
Mhm.
she explains a lot of different spiritual things without getting too technical. Gita made amazing mandalas so that you can actually just look into them and feel the energy and understand the download really without effort. And they are in color on the website,
Oh
but
my, they're
they're
gorgeous.
very detailed, and she gives the story about what created it, what was the session, who was she working on, what brought it about. And then you can just step into it. And then the third section, well, we kind of throw it all up in the air. And I was able to channel Dragonheart, or the heart of a seraphim, one of the original creator beings. And it's the similar story that we've heard about, like the Emerald Tablets. It's that creation story that follows along with the Kabbalah and other sources, where we simplify and talk about where we came from and how we were created. And it also goes into the otherworldly beings, or the breaking down of ultra terrestrials, which is what we call beings of light or angels, extraterrestrials, which are otherworldly beings, the Palladians, the Anunnaki, and then we're the terrestrials. It takes all three of us to make Earth, and it gives an explanation of where we came from, how we got here, and what our Earth walk's about. And then in the very back, we have a little bit of a reference guide where we talk about the new chakras, the new energy available to us, all 14 of them, how to get into that energy, and what does the age of Aquarius mean? Because it should be called the map of the new age of love, or the map of age of Aquarius, because that's what it is we're just cartographers, we're just map makers, and we're here to give you the guidelines of what has happened these downloads. What does it mean? How do we connect into earth? How do we connect into nature? And what is going to come of all of this is up to you. Anytime that somebody says, I know exactly what's going to happen, I tend to tune out,
Mhm.
because even though it is written in the stars, we have guidelines given to us. Unfortunately, chaos of free will still rules this planet. So we don't know who's going to lose it and who's not. But with the help of our guides and this Lemurian energy that's coming in and all of our great coming together, why we're starting to go towards God's will or the plan that we wrote out for ourselves. And it's exciting because this new future, this new age of love, this what we've been singing about since the 60s, the age of Aquarius, Aquarius. It really is love, peace, and harmony, but it's an awkward transition to get there. So we're transitioning into it. I'm not making any promises. I'm not telling you that there's not going to be another big natural disaster. But I am going to tell you that the fires right now that are happening are necessary. I sat and cried last summer for my old trees burning down. And
Mhm.
when I asked the trees, actually told me when I went up to Kings Canyon in Sequoia, they said, "Would you stop crying for us?"
They did.
I'm like, I can't stop crying. And they're like, "Honey, we served our purpose. We're done. We're tired. Some of us are 700 years old. We don't want to be here anymore. We've done enough of the suffering and the pain of you humans." Oh, oh, you want to get recycled too? Oh, you don't want to be turned into toilet paper? Oh, so.
Fascinating. Such great input from those old trees.
So
That's
we
great.
want you to find your peace and your love and your happiness and your way, what works best for you. And yes, you can still cry for the trees if you want, but they told me not to. They said, instead of crying, why don't you create new ways? Why don't you find a new way to connect? I'm like, okay, we'll find a new way.
Sounds like a very good plan. Love that.
Thank you again so much for letting me be here. And one of the other fun things that I have is I have an oracle deck of cards that are all nature pictures.
Oh, gorgeous.
And the idea of this is that you find a picture of a rock, a stone people, or of the plant people, or of, oh, here's the abundance of seashells,
Beautiful.
that you find your message when nature speaks to you. Here's a great thing. Here's a palm oasis, but you see how this tree swooped down?
Hmm.
Well, great lesson for us to learn. Everybody else went high, and this tree went low. And it's the one that did the best. Or
Fascinating.
maybe you can find an old guide in
Mhm.
this fig tree here, where you can see the face of the elder of the tree.
Yes, I see that. Oh, how gorgeous. How do
What?
we get a hold of those cards, Rachel?
They are going to be on waychilllife.com. They come in this week on Etsy. So I'll be offering them there. And it just gives you a way for you to connect into nature through photographs that I've taken. These are all my original photographs from
Beautiful.
all over the United States.
Beautiful.
So they hold their own magic, but they also give you a way to connect into what is it that you need. Do you just need a little sunlight
Hmm.
and the orbs to
Yeah.
support you? Or maybe you are looking more for the sky people guides. You can see a little face
Beautiful.
in there.
Hmm.
And so the cards here, instead of being a tarot deck where they are defined, it's an oracle deck for you to connect in and for you to define and for you to find, oh, hey, look, there's blue sky, clear communication. Oh, and the standing people, the tree, is that you with your arms wide open? And the support of the stone people of your family, do they support you?
Very beautiful.
So that's my fun that I've got going on.
You'll be sharing this on your Facebook page too. I think that link is in the post here in the
Great.
description. So
Yes, at Way Chill
people,
Life. Yep, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and all the other places. And I look forward to doing another meditation with the Enlightened World Network, because what you all are doing here is the expansion of consciousness for all.
all of us together, Rachel, all of us together. Yeah. Thank you so, so, so much. I can hardly wait till the next meditation. I enjoyed that tremendously.
Awesome. Thank you again so much for having me here. And I really look forward to meditating with you all again.
Thanks. So we'll say goodbye for now.